Wait, what's this here on the ground there? Oh my God! It's the After Raid Hours podcast.
Yay.
Featuring illustrious host JackJack1620, gentleman extraordinaire, Pokemon Go master of sorts.
I'd say enthusiast.
Enthusiast.
There's only one Pokemon master, and that's Phil.
Oh, that's true.
Phil is the only Pokemon master.
Pokemon master of Aurora.
Of Aurora, yes.
And filthy manservant JayTI7N. That's me. Got this really sick baseball jersey.
I know.
That you got
it looks
me.
so good on you.
It actually does. I was put it on. I was like, oh, it's slimming. It says
you dropped a lot of weight.
I have.
Yeah.
JayTI7N on the back. Snorlax. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. More people need to have shit like this. It's great. Anyway, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Aside from this damn heat and all the fires that are burning Colorado that are in zero containment, very concerning. But other than that, I'm doing really well.
Excellent.
All things considered.
So we're catching up. It's been a hot minute.
Yes.
Hot because it's hot. That's too fucking hot. Anyway, you got back from Chicago.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say just got back, but it's been a couple weeks.
Right.
You got back from Chicago for GoFest. Nick Trainer Tips on his YouTubes.
He was definitely there.
He was there, which is cool. He had mentioned this is probably his favorite GoFests ever. Which I was curious to see if you felt that way. So I had a couple questions for you.
Yes.
First of all, was it the greatest GoFest ever?
No.
Okay. Before you elaborate,
okay.
I also had maybe it should have been a pre-question. How come every GoFest you go to in Chicago specifically has some kind of fucking issue?
It's shenanigans were afoot. This time I think it was more of the city planning than anything.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Thankfully, my day, we didn't get like a bad day.
Good.
I was on Sunday morning.
Okay.
And that went beautifully. We caught all of our stuff. Because it was me and Dotman and Zuber was out there. Zuber's one of our newer Pokemon players that was out there with us.
Yeah, let's go Zuber.
And did really well. But I know Saturday, thank God, we didn't have to deal with that because the game shut down. There was not only GoFest, there was the Field Museum stuff for all the Excavator Pikachus. People were learning about that, and that's why I got ransacked. To the point where people were even going to the museum from the wrong side. Like the museum had signs that said use a self
clear signage. Yeah.
And people were not respecting it. They would show up and they were knocking at the door, I think, to the point where they had to open up the other side.
I had messaged you later Saturday because I honestly thought that your ticket was for Saturday. And I was following vicariously through Twitter and everything like that. I was like, oh shit, they shut it down. Because I saw the message from Niantic that was like, oh, sorry, players, we had to shut the shit down. And I was like, there's no fucking way that
Jack's there again.
Jack's there again, and they had to shut the game down, or he can't play his GoFest. I was actually upset for you, but then it turns out yours was on Sunday. That was good. But yeah, I was kind of following because to your point, it was like a city planning issue of they were like, let's have 10 events at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Around the same area.
Yes. That's what made it so funny. So we were at the View Museum. So it was me, the Moors, Fluffy D, Gary.
Let's go.
We were all there just kind of vibing, checking out the museum and getting the Pikachus. And I was showing them around because I'd already been there 2 days, exploring. So I was like, I know where all these districts are, which is a whole other topic.
Okay.
We're here, let's grab this and then let's maneuver.
Got it.
We maneuvered, thankfully, right before the shutdown. So we got in, got our stuff. But we saw the beginning of the soccer crowd showing up because they had a whole cheer fest at the south end of the museum, which is actually really dope. Then we see the raving group show up for Beyond Wonderland. I'm like, these are my people because I love raves.
You're floating towards them.
Yeah,
I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that.
I'm like, I want to dance. But they were walking. I was like, oh no, there's too many crowds converging in this location. And I told Gary, I was like, we should go to the other districts because this is going to get crazy here. And thank God we did, because I think the message of the cancellation went through. We were in the scouting district.
Got it.
Which is the further west district. And thankfully, again, thank you so much, Fluffy, for having a car. That was a godsend because I think we had the investigation district, which is the furthest north to do.
Yeah, it's closer to towards the airport.
Yeah. And with it, and that was one of the downsides of Saturday. So that Saturday in Chicago, like you said, there was like 10 plus events happening. There was stuff happening at the Navy Pier. There's stuff happening at Lincoln Park. There was stuff happening. There was a marathon happening. There was the rave. There was the soccer game. There was Pokemon, and there was Pokemon on top of Pokemon. And then the Metro line decided, hey,
by the way,
this is maintenance day.
Yeah.
They shut down the red line, which is the one that takes you to the pop-up, the Pokemon pop-up that was happening.
Yeah, where the merch stuff.
Yeah, in the investigation district. So people who were trying to do that no longer had the public train.
Oh my gosh.
Then all the trains that were there were all 5 cars short because they were all getting maintenance done because it was one of the better days.
Yikers.
So it was a perfect storm. And I was just like, shit. No.
Yeah.
And so thankfully, again, Fluffy there was like, well, we'll drive you up that way. And I'm like, could you?
Oh, Worm?
We were trying to just get the stuff done.
Okay.
And because a lot of the missions were like catch and spin 20 Pokestops and catch 20 Pokemon in each district.
Gotcha.
Again, I wish they would have dropped a Google Maps to tell you the exact area. Like, they didn't even have it in the Niantic maps, which kind of
there was like no line.
That would have been
nothing.
Nothing, not even a color overlay.
Damn.
Which I would have thought they could have done.
Oh, they
and I think that would have been a great use of their map, and they just didn't do it.
Or like even like confetti or some shit in the game where they
something to denote this is your area.
By the way,
and thankfully, before I even left to Chicago, I printed out a map, and again, I think working in roads,
sure,
because I was able to at least spot basic marks to be like, all right, this is probably this road.
Uh-huh.
And I like broke it down, and I remember putting the picture online of like, here's the districts roughly from what I could defer from this image. Hope this helps.
Did they split it down like the center of the street or anything like that? Or
no,
was it was like kind of randomly through random plats?
It wasn't as random. It was more like if it was inside the loop and if it was outside the loop, then the loop was basically the river that goes around Chicago. So I didn't know downtown Chicago was inside the loop. So I was like, okay, news to me.
Fair.
Because people were asking, like my cousin who works down there is like, well, where are you in this? And I'm like, I don't know.
Fuck
Chicago
if I
lingo.
know. I'm a city street.
I think the thing that pissed me off the most was like the social media, the TikToks I kept seeing from Chicago. I'd ask for the address and they would just give me, oh, it's New City. Bitch, I don't know what New City is. It would just be like me saying Aurora. And Aurora is like, where in Aurora?
Or it's like, or even worse, like, because I don't know Denver neighborhoods very well.
Well, yeah.
So it's almost like Cap Hill, I kind of know, but when they're like, Sloan's Lake, I kind of know, or whatever. I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't really know.
When someone asks for an address, give them the name of the place, the actual address.
Give me something Googleable.
The digits Googleable or mappable. Because when you say New City or just Aurora, these general places, they're big. Yeah. It could be anywhere.
Might as well just told your ass Chicago or Illinois.
Right, right. And I was just I got pissed off because it happened like 5 times. And I was just like, dude, none of you just know addresses? Is this like a new age thing where we don't get addresses no more?
In the Cumberbund district, or whatever.
Right. And so that was a major annoyance, but either way, we opted out of going to the pop-up. Okay. It looked really cool. It had a lot of older stuff, but I realized a lot of that you could find online.
Yeah.
And then all the what was it? The 1,000 Thieves?
100 Thieves?
100 Thieves?
Yeah.
Sorry, not 1,000 Thieves, 100 Thieves.
There's only 100 of them.
All their stuff is either $100 or like 45.
Gotcha.
There was no like in between. And I was like, well, I don't really need that. And that was like the more exclusive thing. So I was like, okay, I'm not really going to be hurting if I don't go.
Fair.
Cool. Because again, my main thing was going to the museum and all that, which we did. Awesome time. Got my Pikachus, got my shiny Pikachu.
You got a shiny excavator?
Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
I'm not upset about it. And again, I took the time, but yeah, so that's at least.
Did you have a cap on how many you could get?
So your first time there, you could get 8 because there's a special research that was only
like a one-time special research,
one and done, and then each day there was 7 Pikachus you could get. So 3 of them were in raids, and then 4 of them
were like the stops.
4 of them were in stops, roughly.
But so the stop was like
the stop was denoted because it had like flowers at the base.
Okay.
So those were the ones that were the special research ones.
Gotcha.
And those ones were like catch 20 rock type or 10 whatever this
So not terribly difficult.
Hard.
Not go defeat every gym leader around the city.
Yes,
in order.
Thank God, no. Like, so that would have been horrible.
Not go get a shovel and dig.
Yeah,
dig until you hit
your grave.
Dig until you hit a city pipe or something.
Yeah, like nothing ridiculous. A lot of them you could do.
Oh, I wonder.
Being at the museum simply because there was like the rock types there because of the fossils. So they had like the.
I wonder if the spire hole is still there. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Because that would have been funny. So, sorry, quick architectural tangent.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention this in our previous podcast before you went to Chicago. But they were going to build a super giant tower in Chicago, and then they kind of ran out of money, and then the project went on hold, and then they figured out it wasn't structurally sound. All this other shit. Ooh. So they dug out the hole, and they were going to start doing like the caissons and everything for the foundation.
Okay.
And then they just left the fucking hole there.
Oh.
So there's a huge ass hole out there. So I was connecting this to the excavator stuff because it would have been funny. Just go jump into the hole or whatever.
Go to the spot.
I think they had, there has to be protection so people don't just jump in there or hang out.
I would have to agree.
But I don't know if it's still there. I think it was there like last year, maybe. A couple years
God.
Ago. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's wild.
To your point,
I think that would have been great, and that's where that would probably get to like any comment I would have about the Go Fest there was with the districts. To me, it was a missed opportunity for like, especially because again, I do think I really don't know what Niantic's doing with their ambassador program. They haven't onboarded a brand spanking new ambassador in quite some time, like over like 17 months. Oh, that's a cool hole.
It was just there for years. They actually built. They
I just call it the hole.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they haven't really brought on a new ambassador in like 17 months. Now that doesn't count ambassadors. Co-ambassadors go through a whole different process.
Co-ambassador?
Yeah. So say there's an ambassador, and they want to say they're like, I can't handle this all the time. I'd like to get support, similar to like leads.
Got it.
How us as leads with Aurora Masters, we have a team. So if I can't be there, whatever, someone else can be there.
Got it.
But we can all go support each other. They have the same kind of concept with the ambassador program. But you have to apply. Like only the ambassador is the one that could like be like, hey, I want this person to be a co.
So ambassador could do they like nominate you or like?
I think when you apply, they like kind of endorse you.
Got it.
Is the vibe I get. So you get endorsed.
So you still have to go through like their ambassador like selection
it's
process.
A much shorter.
Right, but
yeah.
So you're like shortlisted into check this person's profile out.
Yeah.
And then they'll do it because you were endorsed by the other ambassador.
I think they more just check the profile and you have to be, I don't know I think you probably have to be an admin or something with them.
Sure.
Admin underneath that ambassador, I think is probably how it goes, and go from there. I met someone recently from LA who was like describing it because I mentioned how I felt the ambassador program must be getting phased out because they just haven't done anything with it. He's like, I just became one. I was like, what are you though? He's like, well, I'm a co. I'm like, different. And he's like, really? And I explained the whole thing to him, and he's like, oh, because he was a guy that like, again, he even had like a baby account, but he's like, yeah, when I was getting interviewed, I basically was like, I'm not playing that. And I was like,
right.
So again, the restrictions are still very odd to me. Either way, he's like, well, they said that they were still doing it. I was like, well, you're the only new ambassador I've heard of in quite some time, but you're a co. Not to say it's bad, but it's different.
Right, yeah.
I was like, but I haven't just heard of like a new one in a region, a brand new spanking new
community ambassador.
Yeah,
in general.
I haven't heard of one in over 17 months. And so to me, I'm like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, what's good?
And I've even asked, like, can you guys like check to see like what this is? Because people have been waiting. Even when I was applying over like a year ago, people were in the queue already a year. That's crazy to me.
That is nuts.
Again, do I understand the workings there? Whatever blood oaths they sign? No, I don't. That's why, again, I'm like, do I want the program to continue? For the perks, yes. But I think the efficiency behind it hasn't been good.
Well, it's clearly not a priority, which is weird because it's like such a community-based game. But like
allegedly, but that's where that's where again, like, what are they calling community? Are you just saying a group of people? Okay, yeah, but
as long as people are logging in,
any game is considered a community if that's the case.
True.
If it's just a group of people that play the same game, okay. But with that, they had like, to me, like the Chicago ambassadors, I think did a great job. They made like this unofficial guidance for Chicago, which I thought was really cool. Because again, they're like, hey, this isn't official through Niantic, but we wanted to make something for y'all. I consider that like a good grassroots effort because really that's cool. A genuine effort. There wasn't something behind it like, hey, Niantic is sponsoring this, so now we're all going to care.
Like flashback to the Sylph Road stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Gave me vibes of that. I think they did a great job because they're like, yeah, here's these events. Here's like train resources. Here's food commentary. Here's other events happening in the thing. So that was where I found out about some of the other, like the blues festival that was happening at Millennium Park.
Right.
And things like that. And I was like, oh God, there's going to be just too much happening. I'm just going to sit right here. Things. So they did a great job, but again, Niantic didn't really do much for the ambassador besides like, I think ambassadors got to like probably check in and get whatever little perks. And then they had like a little tent and that was it. Like there was nothing else. It wasn't like, hey, let's give acknowledgement to these folks for like their hard work. There's no like little ceremony to appreciate them for that, or any group leads, any groups for that matter. But all the social media people had like, hey, welcome, meet and greets. Yeah. And that's why I think, again, they're doing a disservice to the folks that are volunteering and any folks that volunteer, ambassadorship or not, when it comes to an influencer being like, hey. And even those influencers are just like, hey, we're just here to play. They just wanted me to be here.
Yeah.
And I felt that difference because, again, I felt like I told Dotman when we were at the Go Fest, I was like, look, man, from prior experience, there's going to be a lot of things happening. And you might feel inclined to do those things. So they had the tents. Those tents, those people never left.
Like the lounge
people,
areas?
Yep, those people set up at the team lounges. They had more photo op things, which again is more social media than Pokemon Go. They had more inflatables just scattered throughout, which I thought was really cute. They were wearing the music per usual, like pom 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 pom. And you're just like,
was it the OG Pokemon?
No, it was like the game.
That's what I meant, like the OG game music. Yes. Sorry, the first Pokemon Go overworld music.
Yes, just blaring.
I hate it.
So you walk up the stairs, you're getting your eardrums are bleeding.
Yeah,
because it's just pom 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 pom. You're just like, stop. They had a lot of cool stops, but that's where, again, missed opportunities with some of the stuff. Sure. Like, the biomes were cool, but then they changed. Like, the stops would change and would like reorient themselves. If you were there for Shadow Raids, that must have been God tier. Because there's a whole area in the Rocket Zone of just Shadow Raids that formed an R.
Rocket Zone that was just...
Yeah, it was insane, but to me, I'm like, I don't want to do Shadow Pokemon. I'm here from YouTube.
How was the Fountain Zone?
The Fountain Zone, I think, was... Falcon. The main fountain was fine, minus that they had the Pokemon's pickup merch area right there. Oh, okay. And it took up, like, I'd say, like a fifth of the space.
People... Like, you wanted to play there because the spawns were
were relatively good. They had some rare ones.
But
the tent was there.
Because there's stuff in the way. There's people in the way. There's people standing there waiting in line. You know, that kind of stuff.
Well, they think we had the lines, like, barricaded off.
But still.
Enough, but it still, like, took up...
You're eating up...
It took up real estate.
Prime play space, yeah.
Yes, and that's what I disliked the most. And then you went to and then they still had like the trading zones. It still had all that. And I was like, what a waste. Because again, unless you charge 10%, I still don't want to pay even $500,000 to do a trade with someone I just met.
Yeah.
Because that's crazy. But you kept going. They had like the PvP zones. They had a consistently going podcast. Like, they had a whole little setup so someone was live streaming. And I was like, again, stuff that's using up bandwidth that I hope is not taking up the player-based bandwidth.
Fair enough.
You had people there doing trinket trades. You had just a bunch of extra things. And like I told Dotman, I'm like, I'm just here to catch.
Yeah.
And I'm here to get that Mewtwo.
That's fair.
Beyond that, he was, I want to go do this. I'm like, go do that. Just know it's going to take you like an hour. And you have your set floor. So that's where lesson for everyone if you're trying to do that.
Do you know if you could interact with that stuff if you weren't playing during your ticketed time?
I think you can, because again, they weren't checking us when we went to Grant Parkway. They didn't check my bag.
Right.
They didn't do all that. So I think that's what I would say. Lesson learned would be, if you're playing on a specific day, go to another day to go do all that extra stuff.
That's what I was gonna suggest. Is like,
Yeah,
because it's very much like a convention, like an anime convention or something like that. But this is Pokemon Go.
Well,
and then like some kind of loosely related stuff.
That's where I'd be like a little iffy, like maybe check in with it, because maybe they might have been, are you for this day solely?
Okay.
Because I could see the overwhelmingness of it if half the player base isn't there for the game and they're just taking up space and take over all that stuff. It get wild. And there was a bunch of people there. Like when it came to the Mewtwo raid, it was fun. You didn't have to do the whole phone raising thing. That was just a fun thing that they did. But again, it was nice to like be able to get that kind of stuff. It did suck. You only got like your 2 or your 3. So you got the guaranteed research
and then
the 2 encounters. And that was it. And so people were like, well, I was expecting to get this much. I was like, they never promised you that.
No.
And that's where for like GoFest.
And if you, sorry, real quick, if you
yeah.
read it, it did not infer that there would be
Yes.
multiple. We knew that there would only be, I thought there was only going to be 2, so 3 is kind of nice.
Right.
In that sense. I mean,
Yes.
it sucks. It would have been nice to have more, I'm sure. But like,
Oh, yeah. And that's where, to me, I was like, my high point there, I think, was the city experience.
Okay.
I think if you ever do GoFest, the city experience is well worth it.
Especially if it's like a city you'd like to explore.
Yeah, well, that, and if you got the other bonuses. So I got the raid pass and I got the egg enthusiast.
Okay.
And so I got there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I was playing. And Thursday, Friday was insane. Like, I got so many shinies. I got more shinies during the city event than I did at GoFest. And
okay.
A player that played very, just did not spend the extra money, Dawman, he got like, how many shinies did he get? He got like 7 or so during the actual 4-hour event. And I heard that was pretty commonplace amongst a lot of the other players
right.
that were there. Now, for folks just in general, because I did put like a little survey up on Campfire because I was curious. Because I was just like, how do players do? What was your take on this kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the player base was like, a good amount of them, like half the player base got the egg enthusiast or the raid passes. There were folks that about half of them did about 2 days of the city experience. Very few did all 3 days, but I'm like, hey, more power to you. There's a lot of people that try to keep their raids low, but there were some that did over 200 plus raids. Or some over 400, which I was like, that's insane. Like, there was players there. Like, I met this one guy when I was waiting at the museum on Thursday who was like, yeah, by 9 a.m., because that's when the museum opened, he's like, I've already done 300 raids. And I'm like, and all he had to show for it was like 5 shinies.
Right.
That alone, I was like, nope. I'm not gonna. I'll do them if I'm standing by them, but I think the most Pokemon I did, like most raid Pokemon I did, was for the Tauros.
Yeah.
I did 58 raids and I got 1 shiny.
Damn.
And so I was like, yeah, that's my cue to not waste my time. I'll just, if the raid is right on me, I'll do it.
Yeah,
if
I'll
not,
jump in. Okay. So you're looking up some more stats, or you just?
Well, I'm just looking up kind of like the responses. So some of them. So most of the people that I had said they caught around. There was a few that got like 0. I think the most that people got was between 1 and 50 shinies.
Okay.
Which is good, and then there were some that got like over 200, but again, that's dedication.
Well, that's like they're playing 10 hours a day or a full day every day, city experience.
And again, that's looking at like everything.
So real quick, you enjoyed the city experience probably a little more than the actual like park experience.
Yeah.
And then I was going to ask then, kind of pivoting a little bit, this GoFest was structured different than the previous one.
Correct.
In the previous one that we did, 2019?
No, it was
2018?
Yeah.
It was wild. It was the first one in Chicago. Before they could do global. But anyway, the first one that we did is like they had the different biomes. So in the park they had those split up, and then They had specific spawns per biome and everything like that. This one was structured differently.
Correct. There was no set biomes.
Did you like that?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
A lot better because I liked not being restricted to one zone. I would just walk and get my stuff. Now, they did have like the missions that said spin this stop or spin this number
Somewhere
of stops in the zone, which I was cool doing because, again, they're broken up well enough that by the time you walk through, you can normally get the mission.
So the park had zones still, but just not specific it was specific and biomes.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, the missions, like there was a few times I had to like get on that mine like, you hurry up, catch it so we can go.
Let's move your
And
ass.
he's like, dude, you're like, really? I'm like, yes. Like these missions are annoying as fuck. And I want to get them done because again, we only have
because the sooner you get the missions done, then you can free play more or less. It's kind of like doing I was gonna say main quests and side quests in other video games.
Yes.
But anyway,
no, exactly.
Okay,
that's exactly what I would compare it to is that. And so, like to me, doing that was fun. I think a lot of people enjoyed. Again, because some of the questions I had asked on the survey was like, "Hey, did you enjoy the districts? Did you not enjoy it?"
Yeah.
And I think there was actually kind of a balance there. It was like a half and half that people enjoyed it. I had put a comment like, would you want GoFest to focus more on debut Pokemon, shiny regionals in the spawns, hatches, catches, and all that?
Okay.
There's a lot of support for that. Would you have wanted more coordination with the local groups for an improved city experience? And that was like one of the highest.
Okay.
Simply because a lot of us felt like when they put the districts, they didn't actually take into account who was there or what was there. So the Friendship District was in South Chicago.
Correct.
Which is typically
very friendly,
known for its high crime rate area. And I think the same thing happened in Copenhagen, where a lot of the players there actually like reported the event to be like, this is actually a dangerous part of the town.
Unsafe.
Why are you telling us to go here?
Correct.
This is where I think they could have done a better tie-in. That's where I think the influencers did a much better tie-in with, because I think like, what was his name? I think Trainer Tips there's another dude. Again, I kind of mixed
I don't
them
remember
up.
all of them anymore.
But there was set guys that would be like, one of them is at Lincoln Park, and just by name alone had like 1,000 trainers there.
Correct.
Or at least 300 plus, and they showed them like zombie hoarding through the site, which is really fun because I guess there was a wedding happening there, so there's just players everywhere. And it kind of reminded me of like at Wash Park when we were there.
I remember
the Cresselia raids, and we're like right there next to the wedding party. It reminded me of that. But I feel like the different ambassador groups were setting up meet points, and that's what I thought of as kind of like weird because if I don't know that, I don't want to just jump in. Fair. You know. And that's what they're like, no, that's exactly how you have to do it. So groups are meeting at 5 a.m. And like, yeah, we're meeting up at this random park you've never been to. Meet us there. And I'm like, no. Yeah, but again, that's how I played. Like,
that's how I get my kidneys.
Yeah, that's how I wind up missing. No, I was just like, I'm going to play in these areas, or I would just went walking by myself. Like I would find a road, make the connections, walk it, and I got a bunch of shinies by myself.
That's awesome.
And again, I'm glad for the people that joined the ambassadors, but that's where I think if the game itself would have promoted that more of that overlap, it would have been nicer to say like, hey, there's not just Grant Park, but here's other parks where these trainers will be. Or ask the ambassadors, hey, what park do you play at so we can maybe set up in these districts?
I agree.
Shout that place out.
I think, I like that. Clearly, they need to do something with the ambassadors to integrate
that
it better.
And local groups.
Yeah. Well, that and local groups to integrate it better, and then obviously do some more due diligence when it comes to setting up these types of events in a city.
Yeah.
Again, you don't have to be in Chicago to know anything about South Chicago's reputation.
Yep.
And not saying there's not nice parts of South Chicago. It's like the same shit that Aurora gets, where it's just like, all the other
it's so dangerous here.
It's like it really isn't. And like there's can be some rough parts, but there's definitely some nice and safe parts.
Yes.
So being very poignant to be like, hey, this is our thing, or maybe just don't engage with it. I don't know, but either way, it sounded like they needed to do a little bit more research and understanding of the geography of what they're looking at. Because Copenhagen was, like you said, it was the same issue.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, hey, don't send people there. That's where really bad shit happens.
Yeah. And I guess one caveat I'll give to them is in order to complete that research of the districts, you just needed 2.
Correct.
Grant Park was already 2 districts.
Yeah.
So you could have just stayed at Grant Park and been fine.
Yeah.
Me, because I'm an overachiever, I was like, 4. I need to go hit all 4.
Of course.
But the thing I didn't know, there's also special perks with it. And that's where I was like, damn it, I missed some of that because it wasn't clear communication as to what it was.
Correct.
Now, spawn rates, fantastic in Chicago.
Great.
The raids or the gym spread themselves, I thought was relatively poor throughout the city. And it's not any bash to the city. I was like, to me, I feel like when Niantic goes anywhere, they can add more stuff whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
We saw that in Denver last year where they added stops for their visit to Denver for Go Wild or whatever. They added stuff. They could do the same thing, I think, to all of Chicago, just make a grid of it to be like there's going to be just gyms littering this area so people can just raid. But again, it got people out. Like, I know I walked a good 47 miles during that thing.
That was going to be one of my quick rapid fire questions was essentially how many steps did you get or how much did you walk? Because I was going to guess it's a lot.
Yes.
Which is awesome. I mean, that's one of the kind of fun parts about those types of events, especially, again, in a walkable city like Chicago. Chicago's a fun city.
Yeah. And again, the food, excellent.
Okay, so what was your favorite food? Would you eat?
My favorite food was probably the Thai restaurant right at my hotel.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was there pretty much, I think, 3 to 4 times. And then there was also, I think it was like Harvey's fried chicken or Henry's fried chicken. I need to double check. But excellent.
Bomb.
Like, fucking bomb.
What'd you get there?
I got
just the whole menu.
Well, I try to mix it up. So I got like a catfish, I got a chicken breast,
yeah.
I got fries, I got their like pint strawberry lemonade. Okay. Everything was fire.
Oh, I bet.
And their hot sauce, phenomenal. And I'm not even a hot sauce guy.
How was the weather?
The weather was fine. I was more mad because Saturday was a day that was supposed to be perfect weather according to Chicago forecast. So I was like, all right, well, it's going to be sunny. So I wore like my lighter Hawaiian shirt and I wore longer pants. And then it rained. And so everything just absorbed. And I'm just like...
Soaking?
I was soaking wet. And I was like, awesome. Because again, I'm trying to hide under trees. Because I even was like, looked at my umbrella. And I was like...
I don't need this.
I don't need this because the weather said it's good. Nope, I was wrong. It rained, and I was just like,
Oh, man. Yeah, that's one of those. That's tough because, like, and we knew it kind of in general beforehand, too, because it's like you're right off the lake. That shit changes. It's like Colorado weather.
Yeah.
You know, the mountains
just
kind
played
of
with my
affect our
fucking
weather zones.
emotions.
That's okay. Okay, so the weather was good. What was your favorite catch or best catch?
My best catch? Shit. I'd like to think it was... the one that caught me off guard the most was a shiny Rotom when I was like by myself in the fucking...
This is the wash Rotom?
Yeah, the washing Rotom.
Hell yeah.
It was that one and then my perfect Mewtwo also in the scouting district when I was with Fluffy, Gary, and Dotman. Because again, because they had seen how far I walked. Because there's also like, I guess like a baseball game happening. Mm-hmm. There was just so much to where like, I remember trying to get to coordinate with Fluffy on where to park. And then thankfully the Moors were there. They're like, Jack, this whole area is closed here. So they need to park further. And so I'm just looking at Google, just finding parking lots, like, try this one.
Yeah, Chicago has 2 professional baseball teams. It is baseball season.
Okay.
And then they also have, Chicago's one of the few cities that every stadium is within Chicago limits. So it gets busy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so we got to experience that. And I was like, oh my God. But where Fluffy and them parked, thankfully, was like close enough to the scouting district. I was like, we just have to walk across the bridge and walk a block, and then you're actually in it. Because that was one of the downsides is it wasn't a perfect cut at the at the loop.
It's just like a weird, like...
You had to go an extra block in, and I know that because I walked it.
Right.
And so all these people were like, no, you just get to the...
You can just sit here.
You can just stand on this side. I was like, no, bitch, you have to cross this.
Trust.
You have to. Look, how do you know? I'm like, I was here yesterday.
I was there when it was written.
I was there when it was written. No, I was. And I think the hardest part in the scouting district and all that was you have to follow routes.
Was there a...
And the routes were not nice. So I ended up making routes just for ease of doing it.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
So, like, I imagine you being you was like, let me help out other players.
Yes.
And I'm going to make an easy route because this sucks. But was there any rhyme or reason to what the districts meant? What is the scouting district? You just...
I took it as all like...
maybe I should have
it was like Team
read
Rocket
the story
focused.
More. Okay.
That's what I got. Is like they do recruitment, then they're looking for things.
Okay.
Because it was about like the Rocket takeover and all that jazz. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I didn't try to give it much credence after that because I was like, if Niantic isn't going to give it a good story, I'm not going to waste the energy. I'm just going to try to get this shit done.
Fair.
Because it didn't make sense with all the Pikachus that were showing up. I was just like, stop it, leave me alone. But alas.
Okay.
So those two, the Rotom, because I didn't have him, so getting a shiny, because I think I got 3 shinies on one way.
Yeah.
And it was my first day there, so it was like a Wednesday. And I was like, oh shit, like this city pass is fucking banging. And like, and the other beautiful part about Chicago was the drift. But again, I'm not gonna go into that because Nintendo doesn't like it. But I was just hatching a great amount of eggs, and so it was good.
Your hotel was closer to the action.
Yes.
Did you like it?
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Like all the complaints I saw about I can't sleep with the train, I didn't understand. And I don't even live in a loud area. I live in a retirement community.
Right.
I slept just fine. Like in terms of like,
I love train like city noise, but anyway,
yeah,
that's just
like
me.
I droned off pretty quick. Like once I was watching whatever show, like I watched a lot of Resident Evil, and thank you TBS or TNT, whoever was like on their fucking main cable provider.
Yeah,
they were just dropping
the hits
5-6 movies at a time. I'm just gonna watch this
bangers.
Yeah.
I end up leaving it on Comedy Central most of them because I love The Office and that's all they show on there anymore. It's just like
yeah. And so I was so thankful for basic cable that like
yeah, I kind of miss it sometimes.
Yes. Well, and I miss like having that regular schedule. Like it's nice when you like actually did it. But like yeah, I watched that. I watched Equilibrium several times.
Okay.
Or
Denza?
Oh no, that's the Equalizer. But yes, I did watch the Equalizer.
My bad.
That was what I intended. Equilibrium. That was more like Christian Bale fighting with guns, Matrix stuff.
Correct.
It's still dope. But no, I watched Equalizer several times, 1 and 2. Then I watched Resident Evil. I think like 3 to 4 times, like 1, 2, and 3, because it just kept him going. And I was like, bring him out. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, that shit was fun. The hotel again was great. I did like having the access to food. The art colleges there, awesome. I was envious with all the artwork everywhere.
Did you? So, this is a tangent. So, we'll get on the museum in a second. Did you go anywhere? Did you do like a museum? Not a museum. Well, like galleries or anything else?
I should have. I just did the museum.
No, I mean you had a lot going on.
Yeah,
it's okay that you didn't.
Like my main thing was the field museum,
aquarium,
and I tried.
I would love Pokemon. Like do the museum again. And then also do like a water Pokemon aquarium thing. Yeah.
I think there could have been a great
many
collabs.
In a city like that for sure. Because like one of the cities that popped up in my head randomly was Atlanta. Because they got a banging aquarium and it's a fun city and there's a lot of stuff to do there. But anyway, coming back to Chicago, coming back to this event, we got best catch, we got favorite food. When we asked about the Go Fest itself, if you like this version versus the old one, and then also like the city experience, you thought was really worth it.
City experience, with the caveat of having again those 2 other add-ons.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense to me. Like when I was thinking about going, and then unfortunately couldn't. Those were things that are sticking out to me. I was like, this seems really interesting. I think the city experience, I'm glad that's been kind of a thing that they've been helping develop.
Yeah.
Again, if they could do it in conjunction with local groups and like maybe their ambassadors, but just local groups in general.
Local groups in general.
That would have been really cool. Maybe it's something they can look at in the future. I think if they can develop the ambassador program and also still work with local groups, and maybe it's grassroots, maybe the local groups are the ones doing the things, but like,
well, I think
there's really good opportunity there.
There is. I think it's I think it's a lot to put on the ambassadors to do, because again, at the end of the day, local groups are unsponsored volunteers, whereas ambassadors are just sponsored. Okay, great. Yeah. But they don't, the information is still going to be the same in terms of like the knowledge base of the area, which again, it just felt like a drop ball for that, because again, they know the area. Like they did have a lot of meetups. It's just like it was so overwhelming to me that I was like, I'm good on all that. I saw a couple of groups doing their stuff and it flashed me back because they were doing the same tactics I've seen of other groups, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I'm just here to play.
Yeah, bro. I'm focusing on me and my posse here.
Yeah, like. With the city event, do I want it to be $20 every day? No. I think
$20 for the whole weekend, maybe.
Like, or at least have a deal, because there was no bundle deal. It wasn't like, hey, $20 for 3 days, or maybe
that's what
like,
I'm saying, like
15 each. But if you got all 3, you get for 30. That'd be cool. Like, I would like to see something like that. But just 20 right off the bat, because I only did it for 2 days just because I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And it was nice having that break, but I was just like, yeah, it was worth it playing it. But
it's still hard to swallow. $20, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I think I saved more money, because I didn't raid. I only did like 108 raids over 4 days.
Still a fuck
over 4 days. Just think about it. But there are players that did.
I know,
like,
you said 300
in 3 hours
before 9 a.m. or bullshit.
So I felt I saved a fair amount of money by just not raiding.
I agree. It's just that's still so many raids. No, that's good. Okay, so Field Museum.
Yes.
How'd that go?
Super fun. I was first in line, which is, I was not expecting that.
That's awesome.
And a lot of the people were super friendly. Like I was telling a lot of folks, I was like, the Chicago people, like, I don't know if it was just my mug, but I was just getting a lot of highs and hellos as I was like just maneuvering through the city that I wasn't expecting, but especially at the museum. The exhibit itself was awesome. Do I wish the store would have been better stocked? Yes.
Is it like cleared out already?
Yeah, being even amongst the first in line, the models were all gone.
Okay.
And then they restocked them midweek.
Okay.
Or mid Pokemon event.
Right. So after you had gone.
Yeah. So that Sunday when I was at GoFest, I looked and I saw a girl and she had the model, and I'm like,
how'd you get that? Yeah.
And I just took a deep inhale, and then I was like, oh well, they don't want my money. Fuck it. I'm not gonna worry. Was I able to get other stuff? Yes. Excellent. Did I appreciate, like, even because it was originally advertised that the totes, the little bag totes, weren't part of your 5-item cost.
Oh yeah,
it was.
Oh,
and so I was like, "Are you serious?" And they're like, "Yeah, sorry." I'm like, "You guys could have done better. Like small items should have been like an exception because there were so many of them.
Right.
But a lot of them were very. It kind of reminded me of like when we were in Japan, all the just miscellaneous items that were just there.
Yeah.
For like different animes and stuff. That's what reminded me of for the museum. Like there was stuff that had nothing to do with the museum that was there. And for that to be one of your potential items, I was like... And the other thing that made me mad was youth. Why the fuck would you have youth sizes at the museum and only youth sizes?
Right.
Like, you know the player base is majority adults, majority millennials who grew up with it.
Yeah.
Why in God's name would you just have the Hawaiian shirts in youth?
Just for youngins?
Youngins don't even wear Hawaiian shirts.
No.
That is a dad move. That is a millennial dad move. Or like super chill lesbian. But like that's not like... It just made me really mad that like the shirts were just in that size. And I'm like...
You want to just
Are
get
you
like 5 of
serious?
them and make your own?
Well, I was debating. I literally talked with my roommate who's a tailor. I was like, if I was to do this and buy this,
I brought 5 shirts
like-
home. Could we make a super shirt?
a super shirt, a mega shirt. No,
Yeah, like
but
a Megazord.
I
But
looked at
anyway.
it and I just got mad
I'm sorry, man.
because they had that, and I was like,
But so naturally the logistics of a shop, especially Pokemon, is always tough. Scalpers and all other bullshit, and they want to do it in the essence of fairness, air quotes. There, which I get one hand. On the other hand, this is the first time that that exhibit's been outside of Japan, and they must have been able to at least see some of it, but it clearly
well, they had it when it was in London.
okay.
Like,
But this
so-
year is the first time it's
Yeah.
left Japan. But yeah, London. I don't know how it went there. I assume
It
similar.
went fine. Like, from what I heard, they had different stuff at their shop because each one focuses on 2 specific dinosaurs of the museum.
Right, so this one was
So,
like a
we had-
pterodactyl and
Well, no. Ours, for the film museum, it was Tyrantrum and Archaeopteryx.
oh yeah,
Or like our whatever our
Archaeops, yeah.
Archaeops, yeah. Because they have Sue the T-Rex and they have the Archaeopteryx
Oh,
was the
okay,
focal
okay.
dinosaurs.
That's cool.
And so they're like, and there's a potential for it to move. So that's where the rare times I use AI, I went to like Gemini. I was like, Gemini, can you figure this out? And it printed me like a list of like the top 2 dinosaurs in the museums across the U.S. and showed their Pokemon dinosaur equivalents.
So when's it coming here?
Whenever
What
we decide to
are our
have
2 dinosaurs?
Well, we have a few. One of ours is our long neck.
Yep.
So it's like a Potosaurus, and then so that could be potentially a Hourz.
Oh hell yeah!
And then I think like our stay dinosaur is a Stegosaurus, but there's not a Stegosaurus Pokemon
Yet.
Maybe that's what we could wait to see with
Winds and waves.
Winds and Waves. Bring a Stegosaurus
Do you
out.
think the Philippines or Indonesia has stegosaurus?
The Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
I think they could, for the simple fact like majority of the marshlands should have Stegosaurus because they enjoy that in plains. It just is a matter of like, what would its typing be? Would it be a still electric? I would love to see an electric type 1, electric fighting.
Ooh.
He just whacks you and stuns you. Like, that'd be pretty dope. It all just depends. But yeah, I went through and I had like a whole list, and we could go through that another day.
Oh, for sure.
Because I got excited because I even got it color coded. Like I got excited about it because dinosaurs. Of course, I got excited.
Okay.
So that'd be another
Dinosaurs
adventure.
are sick. But okay, so that's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Real quick, not Field Museum specifically. How was that?
It was beautiful.
Because I hear it's one of the best.
It's
like,
definitely
museum, like dinosaur museums specifically.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome for the dinosaurs. The Sioux exhibit was great. I enjoyed more though like the Native Americans exhibit that they had there. That one was beautiful.
Do you know what tribes are mostly in that area?
Oh shit.
Well, their hockey team's named the Blackhawks, so I
Yeah.
was just curious.
No, they said the tribes. I read about so many different ones.
The only reason I'm curious is because I deal with a lot of them with the art at the Denver airport.
As you should, because their art's beautiful.
So it's like the Ute Mountain Utes, a lot of Utes.
Yes.
And
Yeah. I took a fuck ton of pictures, so let me go through my photo albums. Because that was the other thing. I wasn't as quick to put up like I used to on Facebook.
that's
like
fair, dude.
all the images. But let's see. So
but we
there's
have
the
like Lakota, and so here we have.
so there's Ho Chuk. There was
Okay.
Lakota. There was so over there. Well, they just kind of went through a lot more of the tribes, but because they had an exhibit that was just talking about like lacrosse and its origins. That was pretty cool. Chicago.
Are you interested in lacrosse now?
It just always reminds me of Teen Wolf.
We have.
Like whenever I see it, just because of how much Teen Wolf I watched,
I was like,
and I was like, "It's
we
focal
have.
point." You're like, "Wait,
lacrosse
a sec."
is secretly pretty big here. So.
Oh no, I'm glad other sports are getting their justice. Because to me, I was just like, yeah, there's other cooler things we can be engaging with. But yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. This is great.
No, they have a bunch of native. So, Hibe. I can't say all of them.
Okay, that's fair.
But one of my favorites is Kickapoo.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oto, Iowa, Sock. Yeah, they have several groups, but it was like a collaboration exhibit. But all the artwork in there was fucking gorgeous. We also
awesome.
went to which other part? I think we kind of skipped the Chinese exhibit.
Okay.
Simply because I was getting tired. And we had been at the museum for like hours, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to fucking mosey. But it was just nice to kind of meander through. Again, I liked all the artwork and stuff just in the area in general.
For sure.
And being able to see stuff. So definitely recommend going to. I think they have one of the better museum stores. Like It looked like it was just so tall, and they had art on all the walls. It was beautiful. And I was like, I liked Denver Museum more for its exhibits, but their store kicked our store's ass like 100%. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else you want to touch on for Chicago in person Go Fest? It was a good time.
Good time.
Worth it.
I think I would more encourage them to give to make just increase the spawn rates.
Okay.
I think is a big thing. The spawn, I think the catchability was fine.
Spawn in general or shiny rates or
spawn and shiny rates. Okay. I feel like everyone who I talked to had a much better success with the city event than they did at the actual event.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was afraid of, I guess, in that sense. Like, I'm glad people still had a good experience because, again, when we went, I had 4 shinies.
I thought about you. I thought about you. Don't worry.
But it's just like one of those things where it's just, but to that point, the main ticketed event that you were flying there for and paying for, yeah, sure, the city event's part of that, but like the main event should be the jewel here.
Yes,
agreed. Everything can be the nice setting for the jewel, but the jewel should shine.
Exactly, the jewel did not shine like that.
Run the jewels, dude. Excellent. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Oh, yeah. I think my favorite thing that I kept hearing all the social media people saying was like, it was very nostalgic. And I was like, stop saying that, because it's like, it wasn't. Like, yes, we're back at the same park, but there's many different things here, like clearly different things.
In that sense, yeah, I was glad that it kind of went back to Chicago because I was kind of sick of the LA and New York ones. Not that they're bad, it's just like America, as we're learning with the World Cup, like all the Europeans coming to America, they're like, these cities are incredible. What do you mean, like free refill, shit like that? Like,
our basic stuff.
Their minds are blown.
Yeah,
and it's just like, yeah, the U.S. has a lot to offer. There's a lot of incredible cities around this country that are pretty interesting. Would be great to host, and especially like, just in general. So like, it'd be fun to see that happen. But when you're just like, okay, we're back to LA, we're back to New York, we're back to LA, back to New York, and I get it, great cities, huge cities, but it's just
workable contracts.
we got some other places we can check out. So I was glad they went back to Chicago. Glad it was a good event.
Yeah, and some of the differences were like the food trucks. None of the food trucks were in the center.
Okay,
like they were.
Well, that was nice.
They were all off to the side. The bathroom situation was, I think, better.
They still have just like lines of honeypots or whatever?
No, they're just like little clusters, like smaller clusters.
Okay.
So that was nicer. I think the main thing was the rotating biomes, because thankfully, again, the Moors played before us.
Right.
So as soon as they were done, I was
recon,
like, so I was like, recon, what's happening? Like Richie broke it down. He's like, yo, once you get to this mission, find these grunts, because once it changes the hour, you're not going to find a grunt for an hour, and you're going to be mad. And he was 100% right. As soon as it hit it, I'm looking, there's no shadow grunts around. Thankfully, Sierra's still counting. I had a Sierra balloon come down. I'm die. Because, again, I'm just trying to get the missions done. And the missions take so long. But I know that they are. That's why I'm like...
Yeah.
I'm focused, and that was where I think some folks weren't on board with my dedication because, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you, this is what I'm focused. Like, to the point where I'm like, can you tell me what you're trying to show me? Because I'm looking at my phone. They're like, you really don't want to look at my phone? I'm like, no. I'm like, again, I told you what I'm doing here.
It's the silent treatment where they're just like holding their phone in your face.
Yes.
They're just like expecting you to be like, wow. Or
Yeah.
something. Oh, okay.
But it wasn't even Pokemon related. It was like something different. That's why I was just like, can you tell me what it is? Because I'm like trying to catch these things and I'm like speed shiny checking all these other things. And then eventually I understood. I was like, yeah, like when I say I'm playing, I mean it. And again, I'm not as hardcore as other folks that like, and I thankfully got my hardcore moment when they decided to go step off to go do something else briefly. I was like, we'll reconvene at the fountain break. And I was just handling business. And I got like so many shinies after that. But that's where, again, it was nice to be able to do that focus point and have that. But I really do want the event to go back to like the 8 hours.
Okay.
4
Instead
hours,
of
I
this
thought was too
the
short.
half day thingy.
Yeah, because basically it took almost 3 hours to do the mission, to do all the field research stuff. Because I got my Zeraora and everything like that. And some people were like, how are you getting this? Because there was people right before Mewtwo that was like, oh, I didn't even see the research. And I was like, that sucks. And I just kept playing. Like I was
Do you like
like
Zeraora?
bah, he's okay. Like if they
That's
if they could give him like better, again, if they would have built a story, I would have loved that. But Niantic hasn't built a story in quite some time.
To be fair,
And
Zeraora's story in the main games also non-existent.
Yeah.
Like Carla's like, that's a nothing burger ass Pokemon half the time because it's just like it could be cool. But I do not care. Like, what is the legend of Zeraora?
Even if they could find some way to tie in the unknowns, I would have loved that. Or been like Team Rocket stole this Pokemon to power a new facility on this fake island where we did the experiments on Mewtwo. I would have been cool with all those tie-ins.
All I know is Zeraora hates climate
change.
Well,
I hate it too.
Yeah. Basically, like wants to fight for our world, but that's from like the movie, and I think I saw clips of it. I don't think I've seen the whole movie. So anyway,
no, that's fair.
Excellent. So we're going into what we had, like the Road of Legends.
Yes. So it's called? The Road of Legends is going to be a very chaotic event this coming week. So we're leading into we got a couple events coming up. But so far, recently, after the Go Fest, like the in-person Go Fest, most of the events have been kind of whatever, but the raids have been pretty cool. Yeah, this is just turning into just a raid game. Kind of
raiding in general.
Like. Yes.
Okay, so we got Road of Legends, and then we have Go Fest Global. Remind me of the dates. That's next week.
It'll be the 11th and 12th. So Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Yep.
And so Road of Legends. Let's go. So
that will be a lot of fun for the simple fact of if you just started in the game, this is like basically the perfect time to join. There won't be any limits on remote raids. You get extra XL candies for doing trades. There's party play perks if you care about them. Egg wise, the only eggs that look like really promising, sadly, are the 5K eggs. The 2K eggs have like 19 Pokemon in that roster. And the only one that really looks worthwhile to me is Larvesta. 1 out of 19, that's not good stats.
That's a rough time.
And it was a rough-ass time. For the 5-star, it has the Visored Pikachu, Charmander, and Squirtle. You also have a chance for Heracross, Mime Jr., and Larvesta. So again, I go for the Kanto starters, Mime Jr., and Larvesta, so 5 out of 6. So that'd be like an egg I'd probably hatch a bit. For the 10K, you have the chance for Shiny Tropius, Axew, Buffalont, Larvesta. Then you also get the dragons. You get Gumi, Jingmo-O, Toxel, which you could get from eggs. And you could get your Frigibacks that we just had a community day for.
Mm-hmm.
I'd only do 3 of those, 3 of 8. So that's still like...
So we're 1 of 19 and 3 of 8.
Yeah, so okay. not good stats. So the only eggs that would be worth to me is the 5K. Simply because there's more Pokemon there that I would want. But again, I think Tropius and Buffalo would be enough to do the 10Ks. I just hope, again, you just don't get bombarded by a bunch of dragons that you're already going to get and see again in December.
Right.
So that's one thing. I think the Go Free Pass is going to be worth it simply because you get the Lucky Trinket. Now, with the Deluxe Pass, if you want to drop that $20, you would also get from raids an extra 3 candies and an extra XL candies for all 5-star and higher tier raids. You get an additional 5,000 XL or 5,000 XP for rating for 5-star raids and up. You also get the Golden Bottle Cap. So usually Golden Bottle Cap alone is $20. So to get all that extra stuff, I could see why folks would get it. You also get team poses if you give a fuck about that. You also get half off on hatch distance already, 2 times hatch candy, and 2 times hatch stardust. Okay. So if you're planning on doing a lot of hatching, again, if you care, and maybe that's where the Deluxe Pass might be nice to you. Now, the main feature of the event is going to be all the damn raids. Monday is just every legendary possible that's not fused or crowned or any fusion dance with Dragon Ball Z earrings is there. The regional conditions still apply, so don't expect to be seeing like all the other Lake Spirits or the other Ultra Beasts that are region locked. They will still be region locked, but you'll have all those encounters on Monday. Plus, you'll be able to fight for Mega Salamence. So if you don't have a Mega Salamence, you usually could just do one raid and call it good. Any of the Megas, really. Tuesday the 7th, you'll have the White Kyurem, I think, fusion.
Yeah.
And then you also have the Duskwing or Dawnwing Necrozma.
It's
Duskmane.
Duskmane and Dawnwing.
There we go. So we have the Dawnwing Necrozma.
Dawnmane.
Anyway. And so those will be 2 to fight because you get those energies.
Yeah.
And then there's also the Mega Tyranitar, which is fantastic. Wednesday, the 8th, you get Black Kyurem and you get the Dawnmane Necrozma. And then you also can do the Mega Gallade or Gardevoir. And then also with that, there's the Reshiram and Zekrom in those raids. But for those of you that don't know, when it comes to the fusions of the white and black Kyurems, they're based off of the Kyurem's IVs. So you just want a really good Kyurem if you don't have one. And then for the Necrozmas, they're based off of Necrozma.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you have a good IV one of those, that's what you want. For the 9th, that Thursday, you have the Crown form, Zacian and Zamazenta. Worth it, because again, those ones are hard ones to get. And most of them you have to do either between 10 to 13 raids to get all the candy or energy you need. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And then that day is also Mega Gengar. And then Friday, which is kind of like, I think like the top tier will be for Origin Form Palkia and Dialga, as well as Primal Kyogre and Groudon. And again, you'll be able to use... they say they may know Roar, Time, and Spatial Run, but you'll be able to use your Elite Charge TM to teach them moves for that event only. And I'm not sure if it's that day or not, so that's where, again, do that double check. And then you can also teach your Kyurem Glaciate, which is what is needed to fuse.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. But again, if you don't have a lot of Elite TMs, now would be the time to get them.
For sure.
Because those are good ones to get. Now, these ones may also have backgrounds, so if you care about backgrounds.
You don't care about
best
backgrounds?
Best of luck trying to do all those 70-plus different legendaries.
Insane, dude. Sorry.
I don't care about backgrounds, so I'm glad that is not a vice that has its talons in my throat. For the actual GoFest days, which will be the Saturday and Sunday, there's again no limits on remote raids. So this one again might be a time if you're like, I want to maximize my Mewtwo's, check out time zones.
Okay.
Time zones are a beautiful thing because again, hopefully we should be able to earn Mega energy as long as you do a Mega raid with others.
Mm-hmm.
So New Zealand, technically, let me just so people are aware. I'm just Googling it right now. Time zones. So, time in New Zealand, specifically like Auckland. Auckland is like one of the well-known spots in New Zealand. And then to Denver. So if their raids are going to be starting at roughly, the event starts at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. in Auckland is 4 p.m. here. And they're a day before us. So 4 p.m. here. So 4 p.m. on that Friday, you could start seeing the Mewtwo raids in New Zealand.
Okay.
So that could be a time to start doing raids. And again, there's no remote limit. So if you're trying to get those candies, specifically because only one of the Mewtwo, so Mewtwo X will be out on Saturday, Mewtwo Y will be out on Sunday. So use that to your advantage. You can do those raids earlier, and then you can also do them later in the sense that Hawaii is your kind of our last.
Right, it's like New Zealand to Hawaii.
Yeah, New Zealand to Hawaii.
Got some friends in Hawaii.
So 4 p.m. on Friday, you can start raiding in Auckland, New Zealand. And again, that's if people, if you know, are hosting or you have friends there.
We got a few.
Use that to your advantage.
I know some Kiwis.
Same. So time to Hawaii to Denver, 4-hour difference.
Okay, what if we just fly to New Zealand?
I would love that. Just be mindful.
One of the places I'd like to go. Anyway, sorry.
Yes, that'll be a trip for later.
So if you're here, like you said, you could start as early as 4 p.m. Friday, because that's
4
when
p.m.
New Zealand
on Friday.
starts.
Yep.
And then Hawaii, they're 5 hours after us.
4 hours ahead of us.
4 hours.
So if their raid ends at 7 p.m., we basically would stop raiding at 1 a.m. here. Because they go into, well, not 1 a.m.
11 p.m. Right?
4 hours. Yes.
Sorry.
I'm like, math. It's leaving me.
You went from base 12 to base 10 real quick.
Sorry. It'd be 11 p.m. Our time would be the last raid in Hawaii.
Okay.
So if you miss some and you're like, you really want to maximize your time, you can. You just have to know your time zones.
Which Mega Mewtwo you like better?
Of course, why?
Why?
Because he just looks more menacing.
He's just like the little Super Boo looking ass motherfucker.
He's definitely has Boo vibes, and I love it.
You don't like fighting type Mewtwo?
I liked his jump sidekick. When I saw him do that, I was like, that was actually pretty tough.
He gets down, dude.
Yeah,
he fucks your shit up.
He rocks. So
he's fucking ugly though.
He is. I don't like his vest.
The design is pretty whack.
Yeah, I think if they would have made him look like like
OG Armor Mewtwo.
OG Armor Mewtwo, or
Could you imagine?
More like if they made him look more like Kid Buu, like where he's shorter, but he just looks like he's ready to brawl. Because Kid Buu was a fucking menace.
I love Kid Buu.
I would like that, but this one I like Y more.
Yeah,
but I'll still get both of them. Like I'm thankfully that's.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just curious. This is just an opportunity.
Yes, I will. I will definitely go crazy.
Now what they need is Mega Armor Mewtwo.
Yes. Oh my god.
Mega.
Should you imagine?
I was kind of surprised they didn't go Mega Mewtwo Z and like Mega Charizard Z.
I think they're waiting.
You think so?
I think they're.
You think there's still a possibility?
Yeah, I think they're gonna wait till they do like some because they already have a cool Zygarde. I think they're gonna wait for something else like a Z Eternus and then bring out Mewtwo because Mewtwo would be the only thing that could fucking kill him because he's a dragon sidekick. So you're gonna have this god tier Mewtwo. That's at least my prediction.
Winds and Waves just adds a new element or a new type, 2 new types or something like that.
They could, maybe they could.
Anyway,
but with the raids, there's a minimum of 12 players that are needed for either X or Y because there's 12 shields. So something to keep in mind. So people that I have been talking with all this time have been worried about the number to fight Mewtwo. That we still don't know.
They're gonna
the Super Mega Skyrim was 20 per lobby.
Okay.
It only needed 7 shields to be broken.
Okay.
I know there is a perk with the Mewtwo's. I think one of them, I think Y specifically, is able to break 2 shields at once.
Oh.
I believe it's him.
So if you go in with say you're bringing your Mega Mewtwo Y in, it could potentially take down 2 shields for the cost of the
Of
1 Mega
one.
slot. Okay.
Yeah, just double check the Mewtwo specials, but yeah.
But there's either that or maybe it's X because of the fighting. But either way, point is that would be cool.
They can have a benefit to you, so
But
keep it in mind.
but it sounds like there's going to be 12. I mean, I assume it's still going to be a lobby of 20.
That's my guess. I kind of want them to up it to like a lobby of 40.
A 40 lobby.
Just because I think that's like more doable.
Well, and then like because like you're gonna get like, say we got like 29 people to show up. And so like
the 9 of them went,
20 jump into one, and you're like, fuck.
yeah, are you guys good? And that's the main thing. I think you hit an excellent point. Is if you're in one of those situations where your lobby is small, that is the time to speak up. Please, yeah. Because at least like at minimum in our group, Aurora Masters is so notorious for this. Is if you don't have a group but there's enough, we'll get down to break all the shields, and as soon as the shields are broken,
I'll pop out.
We'll hop out and then start a new one to help out the smaller group. That's a-okay. Again, because the numbers, if you're just into massive groups are nice, but it's also really hard for coordination.
Yeah.
And depending on who you are, where you're at, you're not always going to get that coordination. So that's where you have to be proactive in speaking. And again, just like speak up, tap a person, be like, did you get into this lobby? If you start to notice, that's where as a group speak up, like, hey, who's in with 8 right now? And if they are, kind of walk over together and be like, we're going to need some extra help. Start talking right then and there, because that's where easy troubleshooting can be addressed and resolved. When it comes to just the other raids in general, each day has its own thing. So again, this seems like such a more of a go raid thing than a go fest, because we haven't even focused on any of the like prime catches that are out in the wild. We just know their types. So we have the Stormfire Peaks, which is fire, ice, and electric, which has the birds, the dogs, or the cats, the legendary beasts, Lugia-Ho-Oh, then Ampharos, Blaziken, and Obama.
Yeah.
Obama. But it has them, which again all follows the fire, ice, and electric theme. I don't think you should raid any of those personally, because you're going to have all Monday to do it.
Okay.
And these are just a lot of revisited things. Now, if you do need it, just speak up, because I'm sure people will help you. But I personally would just focus on Mewtwo. And again, that's from 10 to 1. From 1 to 4, you have the Astral Tides, which is the Lake Spirits. You have Dialga, Palkia, the origin form and regular form of Giratina. Yveltal, Xerneas, you have Solgaleo, Lunala, then you also have Alakazam, Gengar, and Swampert, which is cool. Again, out of those ones, Giratina has always been a beast. With Lunala and Solgaleo, those are just great if you need Cosmog things, but the shinies of them will be released in a couple weeks, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
And then again, the Lake Spirits, they're there. But Gengar is a good mega if you don't have him. Sure. Then you have from 4 to 7 on Saturday, the Dragonflight Summit, which has the Primals. Primals, I should clarify. It has Kyogre, it has Groudon, it has Rayquaza, not in primal form. I just got excited. The main one I would probably focus on is Rayquaza.
Yep.
Rayquaza will have an Ozone event, but I think that's not like a raid day. That's just like an event to like maybe get meteorites or something. But that's separate from GoFest. But you also get Reshiram, you'll get Zekrom, and you'll get Kyurem. Okay. So if you need a good IV, one of those, say during the Road of Legends week you didn't get one, that's kind of your time. You'll also have access to Mega Pidgeot, Aerodactyl, and Salamence. Then you have Sunday, you'll have the Earthforge Domain, which will be all the basically all the Reggies.
Hell yeah.
The origin form Palkia and Dialga, but again, I don't think they're dropping
the special moves.
I don't know if they're dropping the special moves or not. We'll find out. You get Heatran, you get all the genies, including Enamorus. Then you also get Metagross, Garchomp, and Audino. Yeah, so I'd say go for, if you're going for Megas, Metagross and Garchomp.
Always good.
Then you have Verdant Anomaly. So that's all the Deoxyses, all the Genesects. So that's just, it's too much already. All the Tapus from Sun and Moon, all the Ultra Beasts, again, region specific.
Okay.
And then you'll also get Beedrill, Pinsir, and Sceptile. All those are good megas to get if you don't have one yet. Just, again, fight it once or twice to just make sure you can evolve it. Then at the end, we'll have the Twilight Battlefield, which have Latios, Latias, Cresselia, Darkrai, the Swords of Justice. It'll have Zacian and Zamazenta in regular form. And then it'll also have Tyranitar, Gardevoir, and Lucario mega form.
Insane. Okay.
So again, a lot of rating, but to me personally, I just focus on the X and Y. And like our group and Aurora Masters, we're focusing on X and Y.
Yeah.
So like, again, because
I agree.
The one thing that they haven't shared is what is the raid spread?
That's what I'm nervous about.
Yes.
And I was like, is every Pokestop just going to be a fucking gym for a week? Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know. Like, that would be cooler. I'd be fine with that because like, AMC or the Aurora Municipal Center, if every gym or
nice.
if every stop became a
it's
gym.
Like the one thing about AMC is like, I wish they had just a couple more gyms.
Well, we're getting there.
I know.
We're getting there. We're working on it.
I'm just saying.
But yeah,
get your shit together.
We're trying our best.
But that is insane. Dude.
But yeah, it's so raid heavy, and that's why I'm like, I think it's easy to get overwhelmed, but I think that's going to be the double-edged sword. Is if the raid spread is too much, and Mewtwo's are like one in every mile, it's going to be horrible. That's why again I'm strongly advocating to do the remote raids because I feel I just have a sense of shenanigans are afoot. And
shenanigans are afoot.
So many folks are just like, but it's free. It's free. I'm like, yes, but that should be your cue that if something goes wrong, it was free.
Correct.
So if you don't get all the Mewtwo's you want, remember it was free. So, but with that again, to just keep in mind, shiny rates are obviously increased. Lures are just an hour.
Oh, okay. That's pretty bad.
Which is lame. Except golden lures, those will always be special.
Just, yeah.
If you care about party play, 9-hour party play.
Sure.
But again, if your phone can hold all that, more power to you. My phone just is like, bye.
Yeah, my battery already sucks. So
yeah,
party play, I'm like, I got an hour in, dude.
Some of the GoFest bonuses from midnight to midnight of each day is that you can claim up to 9 free raid passes a day, so that's pretty dope.
To help with the raids, yeah.
You get 6 special in-person trades.
Okay.
50% reduction on your trade costs. You can open up to 50 gifts a day. There will be a branch research for Mewtwo.
Okay.
So that's very nice. And just know, if you get a Mega Mewtwo with a background and you're like, let me mirror trade this with someone, it automatically nerfs the Mega. So you will have to unlock the Mega.
Right, yeah.
So
you don't get that. It doesn't keep the Mega unlocked.
It does not keep it.
Yeah.
So just know, because I know a lot of people are like, yeah, we'll just mirror trade one there. And I'm like, baby girl.
It's going to reset.
It's going to reset. So you're going to have to spend a lot of energy if you're not getting much. And that's one thing we also don't know how much. At GoFest, we got a straight, like, basically, I think, like, 300 for catching them.
Okay.
But again, it might be more, it might be less. I hope it is more. I'm definitely advocating it to be more and putting it into the universe.
Yeah, since you could only get 3 of them, technically.
Yeah.
Or 2 of them for catching.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
So that was rough, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
It could get expensive. I could go over the chart just ever so briefly, but again, those habitats rotate.
Yep.
You do get the incense, could get all the unknowns plus Tropius and Buffalo, and they could all be shiny.
Okay.
So that's something to go for. I think the eggs will be pretty much what we saw for the Road of Legends.
Yeah.
Where again, I think the 5Ks will be the only ones worth it, personally. You will get the Team Hat Pikachus. I think they'll just be out and about. And then same with the visor stuff. Like, I think some of them might be in raids. They haven't really talked about what's in like the 1-star raids.
Yeah.
But that's where I think it'll be pretty basic. My hope, again, this is so raid heavy that, again, all I want to focus on is Mewtwo's.
Yeah.
So I hope
I
the
agree.
spread is good. If not, I know like some of us have talked about hopping into my Tahoe
For sure.
and going and just being like people
You want to just get a U-Haul trailer, get like 10 people in the back of that shit?
in the back of a U-Haul trailer. I would want to get a short bus, actually.
Oh, actually.
I think would be
Dude.
way cooler. Just a shorter bus in general that has like 10 to 15 seats. Just because, again, the mobility of that would be dope. But again, I don't see that happening in the next week, me somehow acquiring a
Your
vehicle.
bus? Okay.
But
Well-
this is something to keep in mind. So I that's why I think I'm going to really take advantage of those remote raids.
Yeah.
I'm going to call upon my overseas angels to please help me with that to get those raid invites, because I think that's going to be a big thing. And then that's where, as soon as we find out what those energy drops are, that's going to basically set the tone.
Yeah, like, okay, now we need to do, we know we need to do 10 of them. We need,
Yeah.
oh, we only need to do 5, that's cool, or whatever. But
Oh, yeah.
like, still go hard for them, but in general,
It makes a big difference.
when we get that information. That'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think right now, let me see if I can find.
is that one of those items that you think would be, if we had the person in the chair, quote unquote, like someone just kind of scanning like campfire or something when the raids pop, just to be like, hey, there's one over here in this location, kind of like we used to do with our raid mapping.
Well, I think the raid mapping would still exist, because I think the past has shown me that whenever there's something new happening, campfire is not going to be the go-to.
Just dog ass. Okay.
It's not. It's just because so much is going on that the system, I think, isn't equipped to deal.
Okay.
And that's what makes me feel for the system. At the same time, I'm like,
Do better.
you knew what we're going
Your
into.
$1 billion corporation
Yeah.
fixed it.
Because basically, like, say we're doing just a 300, right? That's the base of drops. And you had a Mewtwo prior. It'd cost you 25 raids just to unlock the Mega, right?
Sure.
And if you were to say skip everything, you're just gonna, or you just wanted to then say you're gonna take the time, do the evolutions up to the max level, it would take you another 17 raids to get the 5,000 energy to get it from max to super max. So in total, that's what math 42 raids
Yeah. Why 25
to get it all the way up.
Okay.
Just for a Mewtwo you had prior, or one that you traded recently that was starting from 0.
Okay.
If you got one that was already good,
Mm-hmm.
it could be different. But now, say they dropped 700, then that drops it significantly. Then you got to do 22.
Literally almost half.
Almost half. So that's where, again, I'm advocating for 700 energy. That way, because it would make more sense, because I always try to remember, like, they give you the 9 free passes, so they're like, if you used all your passes, you still need more.
Just
a
little
bit
bit
more, and that's how they get that
buy
money.
A couple passes, yeah.
And so I can
That's
see them
true.
doing that, and since they give you 9 already, I think it'd have to be above 9
Yeah.
to get you to come out, to get you to play ball.
I hope so. I'm a little less optimistic. I think they might max do 500, but
And see, yeah,
see.
and that's why my little chart, I have it. I have like guesses of like
Every option, yeah.
150, 300, 450, then 700. And I put it all,
so what's your 450 math?
my 450 math, if I was like, for what scenario?
Well, kind of what we were talking about. So we need 42 at the 300. We need 22 at the 700.
Oh, so if you're doing like the unlock and then you train up to the super, just you did all the evolutions and then you want to do it for your cheapest route, it'd still be about 34 raids,
Okay.
which is reasonable over 2 days. If they dropped,
Hey, someone did 400 or 300 in 3 hours. We're good, dude.
well, and that's where I'm like, and that's what I was trying to figure. Like, if say you had 2 Mewtwo's in every area every 30 minutes, okay, what would that be? So you could get 4 every hour, and there's what? It's a 9-hour event.
Yeah.
So 36 in a day. That's pretty reasonable. Like,
So you'd
you
be able
could
to
get
one
it.
of them up, yeah.
You can get one of them up.
That'd be cool. You get enough for one each day.
But again, the ones that you catch for this event could also still have a higher level of unlocked.
Correct.
So if you don't care about any of the ones prior and say you're like, I'm sticking with the one I got, I don't give a fuck that's lucky. I just want the one that I catch at whatever level. If you got one that was at a max, like I have,
it's okay. You'll get a shiny.
I have 2 maxes already.
Yeah.
If they dropped 300 candy, I just had to do 17 raids to unlock it.
Okay.
If they drop 700, I just have to do 8.
That's pretty good.
So that's a nice thing. So for me, if they did drop 700, to do both of them and max both of them that I caught, because both of my encountered ones at GoFest are both max level.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
which is incredible.
And that was like a pretty rare thing because I was asking other people, I'm like, what level is yours? What level is yours? They're like, oh, I got like high or I got like start. And I was like,
mine's at max.
Mine's at max, bitch. I was like, blah, blah, blah.
Hell yeah.
So I was super stoked about that.
That'd be cool.
So that's something to keep in mind too, is if you get that, you could enjoy that perk.
Okay.
It's just if you had an older diehard Mewtwo that you wanted,
mm-hmm.
you're going to have to take some time.
For sure.
But again, if you got all that energy, because to reach the cap, like the top, your cap of 500 or 50,000 energy.
Yeah.
If it was 300, you have to do 167 raids to reach that.
Just a couple.
If it was 700, 72. So if you were to do that between the 2 days, if we said, like we said,
yeah,
4
36.
every hour, 36, that gets you there.
Barely.
Exactly. Almost exactly.
But your entire day is raiding.
Four raids each hour. That's not the whole day.
Well, I mean, hoping they're in the same area.
All your contributions, yes.
Well, I was saying hoping they're in the same area. Like
yeah. That's where, again, I'm hoping they'd kind of do like a 50-50 everywhere. I don't want it to be like a bias where they're like, oh, well, because you're an ambassador, we're going to give you this many. I don't want that because, again, ambassadors and areas, people that use Campfire make up less than 1% of the player base.
Right.
I don't think it's reasonable to do that.
I would agree.
So.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But what... Yeah, to me, I'm more worried. Like, because again, I like catching things, and I still want you to catch because I still like my dinos. I want the Tropiuses.
Yeah,
I want the Buffalons.
Buffalon.
I'm more curious. Like, what are the spawns going to be? Are they going to be like 3, like up to 2nd tier Pokemon? Like, I just ran into Italion.
Nice.
Like 2 days ago. Like I was out for a walk and at the fucking rec center.
He just popped out.
He was just hiding in the creek and I was like, what the fuck is that?
It's vibing, dude.
And then telling I was like, yo.
It's a lizard.
Yeah, I was like,
lizard.
Okay.
Lizard.
007 out there, but like for like the ice and all that, like are we gonna get Snoms? Are we gonna get like Hone Edges? Are we gonna get like these rarer Pokemon out?
I hope so.
Like that's, to me, I wish they would have showcase that a bit more. Mm-hmm. This is all raids. Everything is raids.
Yeah, maybe they'll like their little Tuesday update. They'll be like, oh, by the way.
I hope so because that's what has me worried.
It does feel. Like it feels like I like that it's free, but it feels a little afterthoughty.
Yeah.
So
it's not free to me if everything is raiding because every raid is $1.
That is true.
So if you do 15 raids minus like if you do your 9 free ones. After that, every raid is $1. So like, and people are like, I didn't spend any money. Like, bitch, you did. Because like that's a lot of passes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm curious to see if we get more information about it or how it goes, and we'll have to keep our eyes out for the global kind of elsewhere too. Yeah,
because that's where the other thing I'm unsure about too is like, is it legit everything of those typings? So can we get the regionals? Are we going to get, like, are they going to, or is everything still region locked of the spawns? Like, what if I was walking and all of a sudden Relicanth is there and I'm like,
hey,
I need that fish. I like that fish.
I do. Oh, it's such a good shiny.
Like, yeah, I would love to get a shiny one because, like, that's one of the harder ones. Are we going to get the Oricorios? Are they going to be out in all their forms just, like, vibing? And they're like, surprise, we just didn't say shit, bye. Like,
yeah.
Because then I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm excited to fast forward real quick. Go tour Alola.
Wherever that may be.
Should have the Oricorios. Yeah, wherever.
They should. I'm just saying the Oricorios. I just want to, yeah.
But anyway.
I want to travel for that one because if it is.
That'd be sick if it was in Hawaii.
If it was in Hawaii.
Or you just go to Hawaii anyway for the global one. And you just vibe down there.
Well, that's the thing. There's actually someone there in Hawaii right now, and she's like, the where
playing
she's at, the
experience
play
is not
the
great.
same.
I would say that. You could play maybe in like Waikiki and Honolulu, like some parts of Honolulu, and that's about it.
Which is crazy. That's so crazy to me.
But anyway, okay, so we got that crazy. It's all about raids. It's
all raids.
Go raids. Oops, all raids. It's like the oops, all berries.
Yeah.
Oops, all tarantula eggs. Oops, all raids. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of Italian, real quick, we got to Community Day tomorrow.
Yes.
For little Sobble.
For Sobble. Such an
cute.
odd day.
I was really into Spy X Family.
Oh, that's an excellent show.
I love it. But I was really into it when Sword Shield dropped. Mm-hmm. So my Sobble's name is Twilight because I knew it was going to tell.
Oh my god!
I knew it was going to turn into Inteleon.
Dope.
So I was like, hell yeah. Now I just need a Yor. But anyway,
Yor could be that Mewtwo. It's all kicks.
Just kick.
But yeah,
cool. Well, this was excellent. Thanks for sharing Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
I was really curious about it. It's tough. I was going to ask, like, if you could do a
what would be my ideal event?
Well, that too. First question: Go Fest city locations. Do you have a top 3? Top 1?
Top 3?
Top 2?
I think I really enjoyed Vegas.
Okay.
I think that park was great. I think
they could do it up a little bit for Go Fest too.
The only thing I would do differently would probably have like bigger tents, just for shade purposes. I think that was like one of the big things, and to focus on more of their food scene, because they have a great food scene there.
Yeah.
And I think the food trucks are going to have a better rotation because those poor trucks are trapped in that triangle.
They should just have you play around the sphere.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Or they just close down the strip. It's like, no, that'd be insane.
They do it for F1. Why can't they do it for Go Fest? Anyway. I think a big one I would want would still be Colorado. I think location-wise, like we've talked about before, Grand Junction.
Yes. It's like, no, there's a special park in Colorado specifically that I know of that has plenty of the space.
Got a good space.
It has ample parking.
There's more development out there too.
Yeah, I think if it had more connectivity to multimodal, I think it'd be better.
Yeah.
I think that's one of its downsides. And I think that's what they look at the most is multimodal connectiveness. Mm-hmm. I do like Chicago. Now, I think if they were to be like, Jack, how would you make this event better? It would simply be A, give it more time, and then B, have all the coordinated outside events be something for people to do after hours. That way you can get full dedication to each thing. To me personally, because I think when people are there to catch, there are a bunch of players that are legit on that grind like I was.
Yeah.
I think the handful of players that were there probably were the folks from other areas, but to me, if I wanted to go chill in the Instinct area, I shouldn't have to fight my fucking way in there. Instinct, Valor, or Mystic, because those areas were packed. Like, once the people were there, they did not move. And that's what kind of sucks. Those zones were supposed to be chill spots. They're not anymore. They're now just hangouts to get free merch. Mm-hmm. To me, do the free merch elsewhere. Do that at a bar.
Yeah.
Get a sponsorship, coordinate with that local bar, drive business to that bar, have it for that fun.
Or one of the zones similar to they did with the 100 Thieves.
Yeah, thingy. Or do it like right after, like the hour or so after the event ends. Like you can have the event go from like, use GoFest as an example. It goes from 10 to 7.
Okay.
All right, we'll have the GoFest event be from 10 to 5.
Okay.
Then from 5 to 7, all the other shit is open.
Go ham. Interesting, actually.
So that way people can actually go play and enjoy and have like bigger prizes at the end. That way people can have that whole after hours experience and have that time to just coordinate and enjoy. I think when you have too much at once, it becomes choice overload for a lot of people.
Fair.
And for me, my choice is simple. I spent the money to be here to catch Pokemon. That's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have other things that are there, do I want to see them? Yes, but that's not my priority. Like, I would love to have sat down and done like the challenges and all that, but again, I'm looking for shinies. And I think that's what kind of sucks is a lot of that is a social experience that I think would be best after the event.
Agreed.
And
but it'd be
then-
nice to have like in the sponsored area, like
Yeah.
you get to reuse those. Because like I was
Yes.
thinking back to the Go Tour when they had the Mega Dragonite,
Mhm.
and there's like the rave that night scene or night event they
Yes.
had. It seemed like a lot of fun and like something kind of like that where the space is still active, but maybe it's not just for playing the event.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I think that'd be cool.
That, or if they did if they did the half day, I just don't like half days personally.
No, I think it should be back to a full day.
I think it should be a full day. I think if you did that, at least give us the option to get a full day. If you want to do a half day and that's all that works,
yeah, so you can stop playing halfway through. That's fine.
But that's where I think it'd be cool if like the midpoint. So say instead of starting at 10, they start at 9.
Correct.
They do a 9 to
9
11,
Okay.
and then they do because they had like an hour break between the things.
Okay.
I think that should have went to 2 hours, and then that's where you have the food trucks do like, hey, we're doing a food truck switch. Food trucks can get rotated out. That way, more business can come in. It gives the people that little variety. If they're like, hey, I had that food truck, I'm gonna wait, and the new food truck will be here. I'll enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Do something like that. Again, it could have gave local groups a chance to do a little shout out or do like a fun raffle. I just think it was a missed opportunity. And then again, I really enjoyed the districts. I just think the districts needed to be smaller
Okay.
because walking almost like 7-8 city blocks into a warehouse district, like I'm glad Denver prepared me for the crackheads and all that stuff. Because when I was walking by myself, legit, I'm just walking, I hear a dude screaming. I'm like, all right, well, route, we're going to make a left here because I'm going to avoid the crackhead.
Right.
I'm going to continue going on my
Yeah,
path.
yeah.
And even others are like, Jack, I'm surprised you fucking were by yourself in Chicago. I was like, what else am I going to do? Technically, yeah, I can see the danger in that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I kept my like wits about me. I wasn't just like headphones in, zoned out.
Fair.
I was made sure to like follow all my normal rules of engagement when out in the wild and all that stuff. But like, I think the districts were a bit too big. And
Okay.
again, there was no focal point for me to go to.
Yeah.
If it would have been like, head this way to this park where we have the Dragonite to like take your photo out here, and then head over to this park where we have a giant Pikachu that you can battle. That would have been cute.
That would have been interesting. Okay.
And all what it took would be like 5 people at each balloon of Niantic's just hold down the fort as a photo op destination, and then they could remind you, hey, by the way, here's other perks here. Don't forget to use them.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where they have
Awesome,
like
thanks.
a merch stand and
Yes.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
we
or-
have an additional.
and even like coordinate
Yeah.
a food truck or two out there too.
Yes, food truck stand and that in each location.
That'd be
That
cool.
would have been solid. Or again, because some of them are like, yeah, maybe with permits and everything, because I understand that. Permits, like, if it's just a local food truck and that's their normal spot, well, let's go to their spot.
Yeah.
And maybe the blow up might just be at a table. It's something cute. You just get a photo. Again, I have a whole idea for Colorado. Like, I think playing on Japan stuff from our visit. But yeah, I think with that, I think again, the community's already engaged. All you have to
Yeah.
do is tap into it.
For real.
I think it's such a gold mine that they keep missing. Why, I don't know.
Well, I just don't think they know.
Oh no, I think they're fully aware. I think it's just a matter of like dialing them into what is digestible is
Well,
hard.
I guess. Like, I just don't think they know outside of the engagement that they get from like their ambassador program or something like
Yeah,
that.
because ambassadors are going to mostly tell them probably what they want to hear.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know the grassroots.
No, I'm not saying that
level
for
of it.
every ambassador, but I think it
But-
makes sense that someone that's getting a special access is not going to typically be the one to give them a harsh critique.
But all right.
So, but again, I think in terms of city experience, do that, up the spawn rates, up the shinies, and put that in your fest.
Mhm.
You'd be fine.
That'd be great. Cool.
Because again, I thought the spawn rates were amazing. Like once, it was a stark difference between what I saw and what Zach saw. Because I would ask him, I'm like, what do you see? He's like, oh, it's just like this Pokemon. Here, my shit's lit the fuck up. And I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
Like, it was night and day. And that's why I was like, in the day I didn't play, like, how much calmer my phone was insane.
That's interesting.
And that's why I think, like, the city experience, they have the formula. They just need to put it in the right areas.
Okay.
So,
I agree with that. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to see how it goes next year then. How they iterate on it.
What would be your wish list areas for, like, Go Fest or Go
cities?
Tour?
Top 3 for me. I would love one in Denver, like a proper go at Colorado, Denver, Aurora area in general. We've got some really cool stuff out here, and we have some passionate communities and players. Mm-hmm. My own personal Seattle. It's a wonderful city. The World Cup people have been touting that as probably one of the best World Cup venues that people have been going to. There's a lot of really cool stuff around there. Beautiful city, and it's temperate. It's like 68 to 72 degrees right there, and not raining and all that other shit. So kind of perfect for this type of event. And they have a lot of support, and they are a little bit intermodal. And it's beautiful. And then low key, though, it'd have to. I mentioned Atlanta earlier. Mm-hmm. Atlanta and Houston are in the same kind of vein for me. Those cities are great for events, but they would have to do a lot to do like an outdoor version in those cities, mainly hot. Because it's summertime in the humid South. So that's rough. Yeah. So I would say I've been to like conventions in Houston that I very much enjoyed, and there's still a lot of connections like in throughout the city that were fine, but I haven't been to one that's like, hey, go out into the park for 10 hours. That might be rough. But the city is also technically walkable because there's tunnels underneath everything, and there's active businesses. It's not just like, oh, we're scraping around. Like, no, it's actual like storefronts and shit.
Which is crazy.
Like a mall underneath the city.
Can you like send me some of those photos? Because I like internally I don't believe you, but I do believe you.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I just need to see it to be like, oh my God.
Go to any of the skyscrapers, and there's usually stairs downstairs, and you go down and. Oh wow! There's a Chick-fil-A here. There's a restaurant down here.
That's so fucking crazy.
It's anyway. It's cool. So those would be my sneak. I guess I snuck 4 in there, but like those would be my picks. But again, you'd need some help for like Atlanta and Houston. Yeah. But I think they're fun cities. There's a reason why they usually use those cities for other major events too.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to give a little bit of diversity.
Oh no, that's fair. Like for me, like when I went to Vegas, I had been there for an engineering convention.
Vegas, yeah.
And I think that's where it'd be cool. Maybe they have other locations. I did feel like we got kind of like messed over in terms of not getting that power hour.
Oh yeah,
like the rating, because that a lot of people thought that's what was going to happen from you two, and I was like, nah, baby girl, like you didn't study, because they didn't say any of that.
Yeah,
and then people were like, oh, it's just these two, and it's like,
correct.
And the location thing was weird too, because they're like, we're gonna put a star on your location, and I had a star, but it was like further into the field. I'm like,
I can't.
I guess I gotta walk, and once you got comfortable and you got up, it was just my pups were like,
yeah, they're barking.
Yeah, I'm like, I know, baby, I know, we're going. Right. But
you got anything for the people? It's been a long one. Thanks for listening in.
Oh yeah, I think if anything, just make sure you have your game plan for the raids.
For sure.
Save your money where you can. I know the whole it's free is just overwhelming thought, but it's not. Like every raid's $1. So be mindful of where you spend your dollar.
Agree.
Another quick thing is I am definitely on the bandwagon of protesting games that don't give you the physical cartridges anymore.
Okay.
After hearing that nonsense of how they want to just...
Sony, yep.
Yeah, I think that is a horrible idea.
I agree.
And because I feel that kind of kills the nostalgia that is games of being able to share it after you're done.
There's a whole mess. I could talk about that for like an hour or so.
So when I saw that, I immediately, like in my heart of hearts, was like, that's horrible.
Fair.
So with that being said, I really do hope Pokemon makes all these downloaded games on like the Switch physical. Because I love them, like red and blue, like the newer red.
Oh, okay,
yeah. I want those to be real.
Like Fire Red and Leaf.
Yeah, I don't. I like downloaded, sure, but I like physical cartridges.
On a cartridge, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because again, when I'm traveling about, when I'm on the road or whatever, the nostalgia hits way better and is way sweeter when I'm on my little console.
I was gonna say that's why
playing.
I have every version still.
Yeah.
Like the actual cartridges. So
Yeah, it makes a difference. I feel in an age where the newer gens are kind of feeling nostalgic for things and wanting to go back to analog.
Mm-hmm.
I fully support it because I think analog it has a different feel to it, literally.
Yeah. And
because it's something you can carry with you. You can experience it more. It can be shared. You can have a moment. Like I still remember socializing in middle school and sharing with friends that we beat Mewtwo in the Unknown Dungeon and showing them physically on our games and then being like, whoa, can I like borrow that after you? And it's like,
yeah, that's fun stuff.
Yeah, I beat it. I got it. We did our trades. Like you can experience it next. I think is an experience I would hate to have been like, oh no, I can't share that. It's a digital asset. It would have
I
killed
have to give you a digital version of it.
Yeah,
you have to take my whole console, and I don't want you to do that.
You got to pay the full price. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, sorry.
It doesn't. It's not the same.
No, I agree. I'm a big proponent of physical media, and I'm trying to get it where I can recently for the things that I love and enjoy. So I got a lot of like CDs, vinyls. I got a lot of DVDs, Blu-rays that I've been picking up.
And all those people thought we were crazy for saving our Blu-rays. I'm like, I'm not.
Jack's wonderful library. But yeah. That being the case, prepare accordingly. Be safe out there. Air quality in the Denver area is not great with all the fires going on, so just keep mind. Try to circulate your air in your home. If you're staying indoors, wear a mask if you feel like you need to. It can be helpful. You don't want to be breathing that stuff in for too long, so be careful out there. Be safe. And stay hydrated. We got the 4th coming up, so make sure to be careful with your fingers and everything if you're doing stuff you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, Pokemon kind of requires your digits.
Give
or take a few.
Just be smart and be safe. That's the only thing I'm asking.
Yeah, I definitely support that. And again, with anything else, again, please be watchful of your environment.
For sure.
Look out for each other because no one else is. And yeah, have a great one.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right.
Let's go.
Bye.
Let's go. Yahoo!